Hi, well, welcome to the Old Geezer's Diary. It's Wednesday, the 24th of April, my goodness me, 2019. Getting on a bit, isn't it? So let's just put my camera right, excuse me for a minute. That's what happens when it switches itself on and off. There you go, and I'm back in a normal kind of position, reasonably in the middle of the picture, I hope, and I hope you can see me. So there we go, and hear me, obviously. My name's Chris Gosling, I am the Old Geezer, and today we're talking about who you can trust. Can you trust MPs? Personally, I think MPs are by and large a bunch of crooks and liars. I think everybody knows that, who knows me, because I don't have any kind of hesitation in saying it. And this man is getting paid £85,000 a year in addition to his MP's salary. Johnny Mercer. And Johnny Mercer, apparently, in addition to his £80,000 a year MP's salary, also has been getting £85,000 a year for working 4 hours a week as a non-executive director, so I assume that means drinking tea, at an organisation, and he's been funded for doing that work allegedly by a some sort of fund that's ripped off people to the extent of 250 million quid. What do you make of that one then? I think the guy says he didn't know anything was happening, didn't know what they were doing, and it's not my fault, Gov. But in reality, I suspect, and I think you probably suspect along with me, that the guy probably did know a bit more than he's letting on. So is he a crook? I'm not going to say that, but here's another politician whose income is hugely boosted, and that income wouldn't be boosted if he weren't an MP. So the question you have to ask about Johnny Mercer is, can you trust him? Is he just in the job for the money? I suspect he, like a lot of other MPs, probably is. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Is this an MP you can trust? I have to ask you. Take a look at this picture. Fiona Onasaya, and Fiona Onasaya is the lady who tried to pervert the course of justice by getting someone else who was in her car to say they were driving, when in fact it was her driving. She's a Labour MP, and she's proved to be a crook. So there you go, it's a bit bad at perverting the course of justice. She's a Labour MP, and the Labour Party tend to wave big flags and say we're all honest and we're really nice and stuff. And and I think this has proved once again that you can't trust anybody in politics because they all tell porky pies. So there's another one that I wouldn't employ. Interesting, isn't it? There's another one that's in the news lately. Try this one. His name is Christopher Davies. So Christopher Davies has been tried and found guilty on 2 charges of expenses fraud. And what can you say about that? That's just another bit of I'm serving the public and I'm conning the people who pay my wages. So don't we ought to have some kind of sterner approach to members of parliament who are paid by us, the public? We pay members of parliament, we pay their wages. And shouldn't we have some kind of tougher, sterner way of punishing them, like for instance kicking them out? If an MP is found guilty of anything on the lines of, let's say, perverting the course of justice, certainly, or I don't know, let's say fiddling their expenses, or fiddling the income tax, or fiddling any damn thing. Why should those people be up there representing us, earning £80,000 a year, and screwing us at the same time? This one worries me a lot, and I find this really hard to cope with. And as an older person, and I hope that most of my viewers are older people, as an older person, we were brought up to believe that if you were doing something for public service, you did it for public service. It's always been, I think, the case that MPs have had little swindles going on, but these people are blatant. The man earning £85,000 a year, I don't know how long he's been doing it, but he's been earning £85,000 a year for 4 hours work a week. He must have guessed where the money was coming from. He said he didn't know anything about where the money was coming from, but he must have known something. The lady who blatantly lied to the police as a member of parliament, someone who her constituents must trust, otherwise they wouldn't have voted her in. She just blatantly lied to the police and said, oh no, it wasn't me driving, it was really, and it's now been proved. So what are these things going on about? What the hell is going on in our little world? Because the truth really seems to me to be that MPs, mostly crooks, a lot of MPs are crooked. I think there's a lot more, we know there's a lot more from the previous expenses swizz that went on a couple of 3 years ago or a few years ago, when so many MPs turned out to be doing their expenses up. So can you believe them? I don't believe MPs about anything very much at all these days, I'm sad to say. And I think the reality for most of us is we feel the same way. People have lost faith in politicians. Mrs May was talking about it the other day. People won't believe in us anymore. Well, Mrs May, I'm really sorry. We haven't believed in you for bloody years. Okay, we need to do something about this, and I'd really like to have your comments on what you think ordinary people like you and me could do about politicians. I think they're crooks. What do you think? Let me know. Get in touch with me via Facebook or on YouTube or wherever you like. I'd love to hear from you. My name's Chris. I am the old geezer, and this is my diary. And I have to say, hope to see you soon. So there we go. Take care and have a good time.